Cubs fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you will send shockwaves through Wrigleyville and beyond. We're living through one of the most dramatic chapters in recent Cubs history, and honestly, I'm not sure my heart can handle much more of this emotional roller coaster. Right now, as we speak, there are three seismic developments unfolding that will define our 2025 season and potentially our franchise's immediate future. First, we've got a backstop who's quietly putting together an all-star campaign that nobody saw coming. This guy signed for peanuts and is now making every NL catcher look ordinary. Second, our front office just made a move that screams desperation or genius, depending on how you look at it. They're scrambling to patch holes that keep getting bigger by the day. And third, brace yourselves, Cubs fans, because there's trade deadline buzz swirling around a move that could either save our season or haunt us for years to come. Our offense is absolutely raking. We're talking about the most explosive lineup in all of baseball, averaging nearly 6 runs per game. But here's the gut punch. Our pitching staff is falling apart faster than a house of cards in a Chicago windstorm. We've lost our ace to surgery, our international sensation is on the shelf, and now we're watching our front office make moves that feel equal parts promising and terrifying. Smash that like button if you're as emotionally invested in this team as I am. Drop a comment with your predictions. And hit subscribe because Cubs fans deserve the unfiltered truth about what's happening to our beloved Northsiders. The first story involves a player who's redefining what it means to exceed expectations behind the plate. Cubs fans, meet your unlikely hero, Carson Kelly. Remember that mess signing we all shrugged off last winter? That 2-year, $11.5 million deal that felt like organizational filler? Well, Kelly is making every single one of us eat our words, and honestly, I've never been happier to be completely wrong about a player. This man is having the best season by any NL catcher in 2025, and it's not even close. We're talking about a 268, 385, found 528 slash line with 9 homers. And here's the kicker. He's walking more than he's striking out. When's the last time you saw a Cubs catcher with that kind of plate discipline? Kelly has drawn 23 walks compared to just 20 strikeouts, which is almost unheard of in today's game. But here's what's driving me absolutely insane, Cubs fans. The national media is sleeping on this story. While everyone's obsessing over the usual suspects, Kelly is quietly building an all-star case that should be undeniable. The Athletic's Levi Weaver put it perfectly. Kelly is having the best season by any NL catcher, and he absolutely deserves to start the all-star game. Think about the context here. Our offense is carrying this team on its back, averaging 5.74 runs per game, and Kelly is a huge reason why. While Pete Crow Armstrong is emerging as an MVP candidate and Kyle Tucker is proving why we made that blockbuster trade, Kelly is the steady force behind the plate making it all work. The guy has elite metrics on Baseball Savant, and his defensive presence is stabilizing a pitching staff that desperately needs every advantage it can get. This isn't just about individual numbers. Kelly represents something bigger for our Cubs. He's proof that sometimes the quiet moves, the under-the-radar signings can become the foundation of something special. But Cubs fans, Kelly's emergence also highlights a troubling reality about our roster construction, which brings me to our second development. While Kelly's having his career year, our front office is scrambling behind the scenes, and their latest move tells you everything you need to know about our current pitching crisis. Enter Jake Woodford, a 28-year-old right-hander who just opted out of his Yankees deal to join our organization. On paper, this looks like organizational depth. In reality, this feels like desperation. Let me paint you the picture, Cubs fans. Woodford is heading to AAA Iowa with a 4.54 ERA from his time in the Yankees system this year. His career numbers? A 4.88 ERA across 89 MLB appearances. But here's the twist that should make every Cubs fan's stomach turn. This guy has owned us throughout his career, posting a 3.31 ERA in 12 appearances against Chicago while wearing Cardinals red. Now, he's supposed to be part of our solution? The same pitcher who got rocked for a 7.97 ERA last season between Pittsburgh and the White Sox is now our depth option? Cubs fans, I want to believe this is shrewd roster management, but it feels more like throwing darts at a board and hoping something sticks. The timing of this signing tells the real story. With Justin Steele done for the season after elbow surgery and Shota Imanaga on the injured list, we're asking guys like Ben Brown and Matthew Boyd to carry loads they were never meant to handle. Woodford represents versatility. He can start or relieve. But let's be honest about what this really means. We're a team with the best offense in baseball, but our pitching staff has a 3.93 ERA that puts us in the bottom half of the league. Every Cubs fan watching this unfold knows that offense can only mask pitching problems for so long. October baseball is won by teams with reliable arms, and right now we're collecting question marks instead of answers. This Woodford signing isn't just about adding depth. It's an admission that our current situation is more precarious than management wants to admit publicly. And Cubs fans, that brings us to the nuclear option that's being whispered about in trade deadline circles. Cubs fans, hold on to something solid because this final piece of news will either give you hope or send you into a complete panic. The trade deadline is approaching, and there's serious buzz about the Cubs making a run at Pittsburgh's Mitch Keller. Yes, you read that right. We might be trading with a division rival for their ace. Keller isn't just any pitcher, Cubs fans. This is a guy locked up through 2028 on a 5-year, $77 million deal who was an all-star in 2023. His 4.13 ERA might not jump off the page, but dig deeper, and you'll find a 3.24 FIP that suggests he's been unlucky. More importantly, he's durable as they come and has allowed 3 runs or fewer in 10 of his 13 starts this season. But here's where this gets absolutely wild. Would Pittsburgh really trade their ace to us? A division rival who's clearly making a push for October? The skepticism is real, and honestly, it should be. Division trades for impact players don't happen unless the package is absolutely overwhelming. Think about what this means for our Cubs. If we somehow land Keller, we're looking at a rotation anchored by him and Imanaga when our Japanese ace returns from injury. That's the kind of 1-2 punch that can carry a team deep into October. But the cost? Cubs fans, we'd probably have to gut our farm system and potentially sacrifice some of our young talent that we've been developing for years. This is the ultimate crossroads moment for our franchise. Do we go all in on 2025 with the best offense in baseball and hope we can patch together enough pitching to make a championship run? Or do we stay patient, develop our young arms, and hope Kelly's emergence and Tucker's impact can carry us without mortgaging our future? The clock is ticking toward the trade deadline, and every Cubs fan needs to ask themselves, are we ready to bet everything on this season? Because that's exactly what trading for Mitch Keller would represent. Hit that like button if you think we should go for it. Comment below with your trade deadline predictions, and subscribe because Cubs fans deserve to be part of every crucial decision this franchise makes. We've waited long enough for another championship. The question is, how far are we willing to go to get one? Cubs fans, when October arrives, will we be celebrating the boldest moves in franchise history or wondering what might have been?